Okay, this is Hobbit GBA routing, relearning the route recording. So that's fun. Nothing to it but to do it. Okay. We're going to start streaming. I've got the controller, I've got the booze, I've got the rules set. Let's see what happens. Okay. Hello. Welcome. Is it going to load? There we go. Press start. Okay. We haven't played this game in a real long time. I haven't actually counted, but it's probably been 3 or 4 years. I'm your distraction for the night. Happy to be your distraction for the night. We're just gonna chill and we're gonna be a hobbit. As you can see, I can't read any of this because this is a Japanese copy. Oh shoot! You know what? I will be right back. Actually, tell you what, I'll do this instead. I was gonna be right back, but that sounds like effort, so instead, here's what I'll do. I want to show you the Japanese box art for this game, because it's kind of ridiculous and wonderful. Yes, our first animated GIF emote has finally been accepted. The Bella Hello. It's brilliant. Okay, so if I do this, I think it'll bring Chrome on screen. Yes, it will. So this is the American, and it is also the European box art. European looks just ever so slightly different, right? Because the rating is in a different place, and that's all well and good. This is the Japanese box art. They've kawaii'd it up quite a bit. It's pretty wonderful. It's adorable. So that's what that looks like. This is original hardware. I did import this from Japan. Why? I don't know. It seemed like a thing to do. Oh, okay, that was the copy button. I wanted the erase button. There we go. So, I played this a little bit last night to kind of start to get my bearings, but otherwise, I really haven't played this in, No, that's fine. You have things that you gotta do. You take care. Okay, we're just gonna do a bunch of line characters here so I can recognize it at a glance. So we're probably going to do a lot of resetting today, right? Because we're not actually speedrunning tonight. We are kind of relearning the route and exploring some of the eccentricities of the Japanese version, versus the American version. One difference, and this is true with a lot of Japanese RPGs, and why even in some cases the Japanese copy of a game will be put in its own category, right? Pokemon, I think Red and Blue is a good example for speedrunning. I think they're in their own category for the Japanese. I mean, Red and Green, they're kind of different games anyway, but yes, I want to do the all runes speedrun. That's what I want to. I want to better my time at all runes, and if that goes well, then we will consider any percent. Yes, that is the plan. So one of the things with the American copy, if you go back and watch my old VODs of American Hobbit GBA, and I think all the European releases, well, I should say there's one European release and there's a language select screen. We can maybe boot that up another time. They all have scrolling text, okay? Whenever a character talks, the text kind of types itself out. Doesn't do that here. Box just appears with all the text, and that's faster. You can mash through text boxes a lot faster in most Japanese RPGs versus Western. That's not always a given, but that's kind of where we're at. Okay, so there was nothing in here. I think there is some... Oh, that's right. There's food over here and up here. I am stocking up right now. I'm doing a lot of things that I wouldn't be doing in the speedrun because, like I said, we're going to do a lot of resetting, and I want to have as much supplies as I can to test different things, like different boss fights or what have you. Okay? Okay, so let's see. So if I'm coming out the door here, can I just... I'm not actually sure how much, like, hitting the wall slows you down. I know we're going to need the firecrackers, right? And I remember that standing here while it explodes is a little bit faster. And there's the first shield room. So now we'll take less damage. I've only found one notable difference, by the way, between the Japanese copy of the game and the American copy. I mean, only one difference that I've tested. And that's that they actually patched a glitch out. So I will demonstrate that. I'm shocked that they did it. I'm shocked that anyone noticed it. But that'll happen sometimes with regional variants. Okay, so we need to get our health down low. Okay, does that say 3? I think that says 3. So, if we talk to her, she's gonna firecracker us. No, she's not. That's right. Okay, so that's the glitch. That's what they patched. So, normally when you talk to her, she lights a firecracker under your foot. And if you are at 5 health or below, it'll bring you down to 0 health or negative health, which basically is like an integer underflow error. And so it'll basically mean you have infinite health until you heal again. So if you pick up a life rune, or there are certain scripted sections where you just heal. Okay, I kind of... Yes. I want to see how close I can get to the dog. I want to figure out where the threshold is. Okay, so it seems if I do it right at the tree, we're good. Okay. It seems that that's pretty much the spot. It doesn't seem like I can get much closer than that. Yeah. So I pretty much have to hit the crouch button when I'm in line with the tree stump, more or less. Oh, but hold on. If I'm up here... Huh, interesting. That seems slow. That seems faster. I don't know if it actually was, but it seems faster. I think this lady just gives us food. We might as well get the food. Was there anything in her house? We're just re-exploring. We're rediscovering the game together. Doesn't look like it. I've used up all my firecrackers, but that's okay. This guy will give me some food. I believe he specifically says, "Many thanks, have some food." Anything in your house, bud? Nope. Okay. Yeah, go for it. Okay, I do have to talk to him. So how close can I get, or how close do I have to get to the table to talk to him? Okay. So it seems like I can just kind of stand here at the corner and do it. Okay. Bork, bork, bork. Alright, it's time for all the dwarves to raid my cupboards. I know I don't need to be mashing right now, but, you know, it always feels better to mash the A button. I feel like one of those text boxes is new. I feel like in the American version, he only has the one text box that basically says, you know, do you want to save? But maybe I'm mistaken on that. It's very possible. Alright, give me the stick. Okay, so this is where some resetting and some, like, grinding out of items might occur. The B. I am gonna get you. You can drop firecrackers, but not today, apparently. Let's see, there's food in here. At one point, I did... Oh. Okay, I thought it was gonna rain. No, the screen went dark because my, my S-video cable for the GameCube is flaking out on me. I've ordered a new one. It's coming in the mail. So we'll have less of that in the future. Right. This is a rune, I think, that we need. Or something. So I think we go in here. And we fall down the hole. think it's the left one. Yep. The right one just hurts us, right? Yep, it sure does. Is there an easy way to tell how close you need to be to a lever before it'll activate? Nah, you pretty much... You almost have to touch it. There's like a little bit of wiggle room, but not a lot. Okay, these spikes... You gotta tiptoe through the tulips, right? Otherwise they hurt a lot. We are breaking this orange-blue ink sac, because I want the firecrackers. Alright, life rune. Which is also a free heal. Yes, that's right. Don't need to eat food if you are getting a life rune. Yeah, okay, don't need to fight that guy. Okay. How... At one point in time, I decided on a way to complete these that was most efficient. So, we are going to... We're gonna cheat. Instead of me trying to figure it out, we're gonna look at, let's see, so I can look at any of these. We've got all runes, any percent, and all runes. Okay, let's look at any percent.
Oh.
Here, hey, I went right to it. Fantastic. Okay.
Rat. Good. I can deal with one rat.
Okay. Push them both in. Okay, that makes sense.
Hey, let's go.
Okay. I don't know if that's actually the best way to do it, but it's the way I did it back then, so until somebody corrects me, I'll probably continue to do it. Oh, 3 rats. You know what? We can cheese that. If it's 3 rats, yeah, there we go, do that. Right, do that. That's not bad. That's pretty quick, I think, all things considered. Because if you don't do it that way, there's a lot of running around that could occur that we would rather avoid. That was a good avoidance. Okay. Now we might have to okay, we need to do some timing here, okay? Here's going to be our first kind of... We're going to have to reset and do something a couple of times. I remember this. So, there's this door here. But there's also the skylight. I suspect the skylight is faster. But I don't actually know. Also, just making sure that there isn't some, like, weird glitch where the firecrackers suddenly explode the wall. No, there isn't. Okay. So, in that case, we are going to set a stopwatch. Stopwatch. All right. We're gonna time it from basically right here, and we're gonna go through the door first, and then we'll time it again with the skylight. I think the skylight is faster, but I don't remember, and this is something that we can test. I'm not sure if I ever tested it before, frankly. Those sliding rocks, I know I did. So I trust the video recording of the past for that. I don't trust it for this. So here we go. And go. Oh yeah, big thing with this game is minimizing how much the camera has to travel when weird stuff happens. When, like, bridges activate, or bosses show up on screen, or whatever else it is that you're doing. Okay, and stop time at that text box. Stop time, rather. I didn't stop it at a good time. I said stop time instead of actually stopping the time. So the goal tonight is to relearn the routing. Back in the day, I had a notebook that I would consult during the speedrun with tips and tricks. That notebook is... I don't think it's gone. It's around here somewhere, but I don't know where it is. So I've got a different notebook. And we are relearning the tricks. Could I just do that through, you know, a pure rewatch of my own old streams? Potentially. But I don't know how much of it I vetted back then. I know there's certain things I vetted, and there's certain things I didn't vet. Certain boss fights... there's just some things that I'm like, I don't know. So, yeah, the goal is to basically reacquire lost knowledge. And some of it will probably be new knowledge as well. So, let me just make a note of that block puzzle. Because we've got this, and this... and this, and this. Do, doot, doot, and doot. Okay. Those are some awful notes, but they only need to make sense to me. And they do. The grandmother called you. Okay, well, I'm glad you survived. I heard that while my wife was out to brunch, somebody made a comment that eating a food would make their cheeks rosy, which is funny because I've made that comment, like, oh yeah, try this food you definitely hate, it'll make your cheeks rosy, because that's something I learned from my grandfather. If there was a food we didn't like, or we weren't sure we wanted to eat, he would alternate between saying it would put hair on your chest or it'll make your cheeks rosy. I'll take that meat. Oh dear. Oh, that was rather brave of you. Well, that's look. I know you're a mod, and I'm not going to ask you to ban or time out yourself, but you better watch yourself. This is no politics here tonight. I don't want to hear it. All right. Well, good job. I'm gonna get you. I want more firecrackers, please. No such luck. We might have to grind out some firecrackers. Oh, no. We see 3 rats. We go back in. Oh my gosh, 2 rats? 1 rat. 1 rat is fine. 1 rat's doable. Oh my gosh, thank you. I'm dumb. No, Scream didn't freeze. I'm sorry. Okay. We do actually want to injure ourselves a little bit more to kind of make it fair. We were at 15 health. 16, that's close enough. I'll take it. Alright, so you've said your thing, right? Yep, you've said your thing. Alright, 14, close enough. Alright, here we go. The time to beat is 56 seconds. It took about a minute. Ish. Go. Ah! I've already screwed it up. Disqualified! Disqualified! I think this is going to be a little, just a touch bit faster. But this falling animation does take some time, so that does kind of... That's where part of the question is. So let's see, 56 plus 56 is 112. Turn that into minutes, though. 56 plus 4, so minus 4 of 56 is a minute 52. So if it's less than a minute 52 on my stopwatch, we're probably doing pretty good. And if we were to stop it here, which is about where I stopped it before, it's at 146. So yeah, it seems the skylight is about 10 seconds faster, give or take. So there we go. Use the skylight. Took a damage there, but that's okay. That's alright. Let's see. We want to go this way first, yeah? We don't really want rats up here. Unfortunately, that's exactly what we got. Oof. That was a rough showing, but you know, I think we've had worse during actual attempts, so I'm not too worried about that. Okay. Now let's see if they kept in my favorite bug. So you light the candle. Alright, so if I hold up, if I power up my thing, they fixed that bug too! Those jerks! I can't believe it! The Japanese version of the game patched at least 2 bugs! Where are we in the story? Well, you know, I'm not super versed on The Hobbit. We haven't faced the giant bee yet. We haven't met the ogres or the big trolls that turn to stone yet. We're not there yet, so we're still very early days. Okay, so I kind of want to farm. Yeah, I want more firecrackers because I seem to remember that they were quite effective on the bee boss. So I kind of just want to farm those now so I have an excess of them so that we can save and reset as much as we want and try the bee boss as much as we want until we're satisfied. What would satisfy me with the bee boss? I would say a consistent 2-cycle kill would be great, If I can get a halfway consistent one cycle kill, that would be super good. I'm actually gonna re-equip these. I doubt that has any bearing on the drops that they have. I'm pretty sure it's just a dice roll. Even so, it makes me feel better. Yeah, I get to play with the boom booms. I'm a responsible hobbit. Okay, 8 firecrackers. I do want to be maxed out. Even though being maxed out in regular play is kind of unrealistic. For the purposes of testing, I want to be maxed out. Am I implying you're not a responsible adult? Boy, we're running dry on these firecrackers. Tokens. The Tolkien tokens, which I think if I get 30 of them, I get an extra life. Okay, 14. I might call it at 14. Yeah, that's probably good. Unfortunately, Raining Bella hasn't been approved yet. The only GIF we have is the Hello Bella GIF, which is only available to subscribers, and I don't know where you stand on that, Czar. Excellent. Good. I remembered how to do that quickly. If you have Amazon Prime, of course, you can do a Prime subscription. That's a thing that people can do. I think this next screen is the B boss. Oh wait, is there anything down here? I don't remember. No, there sure isn't. Well, that's a shame. I think in order to do a Twitch Prime sub, you have to, like, link your Amazon account to your Twitch account or something, which kind of sounds like a pain, so I don't blame you if you don't do it. Oh, you know what? I'm just realizing... Hold on, can I climb back out? No, I can't. So, here's what I just realized. I'll show you. I'll demonstrate. I kill this bee. Look at how far the screen has to scroll to reveal the bee boss, and then it has to scroll all the way back to me. That's no good. We need to do better than that. That takes time. We need to kill such that the bee that is in the bottomest rightest corner is the last bee that we kill. Or close enough to it. Oh yeah. And this would be in that slot by then, so that's A-okay. Actually, ignoring that would be the faster play. My movement isn't super optimal right now, but that's why we're relearning it. I could use items on these bees. I don't think I want to. Ah! Okay, well that's better. Okay. A good reminder, you can absolutely off your own guy with the firecrackers if you're not careful. Okay. We're restarting that. This is... It's been a while. We gotta remember how to do this. I did get wrecked. 100%. I wrecked myself because I didn't check myself. We'll heal up. We'll equip the rocket firework. We're gonna be smart and not attack this dude because he only does 1 damage to me, so there's no point. I do seem to recall that if you're not careful with the firecracker on that wall, you can hurt yourself as well, which makes sense. So one thing I'm realizing is I've probably always killed the bees somewhat inefficiently because I'm not used to the bee coming up from the top of the screen. I'm definitely used to it coming down from the bottom. Okay, well that hurt me. Ah, man. Okay. Here's the thing. I know 2-cycle bee is super possible. So we need to get better at that. That might mean we waste a lot more fireworks, and I'm okay with that. They're a resource to be used. We don't have to be stingy with them. I know a 1-cycle bee is possible. Right now I just want to get to 2. Maybe for demonstration purposes, I'll show you what I consider to be the bare minimum, which is a 3-cycle bee. 3-cycle bee is what I used to do when I would play this casually. Okay. We'll try that this time around. What? That didn't die. Man. Good thing this isn't a real run. Okay, so I stay right here. Boom. Ooh, get him, get him. Ah, it missed. Okay, 2-cycle. Get him, get him. Nope, missed. And 3-cycle. So, basically, 3 of those thunderclaps, that's what I consider a bare minimum acceptable bee boss is that. But I know we can do better. I'm sure of it. I've done better before. It's weird seeing the Konami logo on this, by the way. Like, I think Konami was just the publisher. Well, okay. I know Konami was only the publisher in the Japanese release, so it's really weird seeing seeing their logo on this game. I'm glad Orson's here to listen. That's good. Okay, see? Like I said, if you're not careful, you'll hurt yourself. So, maybe we do this. Okay. Let's try the firecrackers, because the best result I ever had was with the firecrackers. But I think it's less consistent. I think there's, like, more skill involved in doing that. Oh man, that was terrible. Okay, nope, that was super bad. Let's and I will remember to change it back this time. Let's see, how did I do a really good B before? Because I actually did upload that, because I was like... This I know I've tested. Yeah, I had the sound effects turned off. Oh no. No, I overlaid this music. Wow. Okay. So he just came from the top right and he kept going down. Interesting, interesting. Okay. Whoa, rather dashing. Hello. Hello, friend. Well, welcome everybody. Hope you're doing well this fine evening. And I see that the notification even went off, so that's fantastic. That's new. Well, welcome. This is I believe the second time the dashing crew has stopped by. Wonderful to see you again. We are playing a game from my childhood, Hobbit on the GBA. I'm doing very well tonight, thank you. I don't know if I'd go so far as to call this a good game, but it is certainly a nostalgic game for me. This is kind of, I don't know how I would describe it, almost... Oh no, that didn't work! No! A waffle raid emote. What would that look like? I'm open to suggestions. Okay. So here's the deal with this game. Once upon a time, I played this on stream. And somebody, as a lark, said, why don't you speedrun it? And so I did. And I looked into it, and the world record for all runes was blank. So, you know, by default, I got the record. I am a world record holder. But that was like 4 years ago, and I haven't played the game since. So we are relearning all of the cool tips and tricks that we used to do back then. And we're gonna see about maybe doing a speed run of this weekend. See if I can bring my time down. You'll notice I'm playing on the Japanese copy because text boxes move faster in Japanese games as kind of a general rule. I'm playing on original hardware because, I don't know, I hate myself and you know, emulators are too nice. They have too many convenient features, I guess. Okay. Let's see if we can get this guy in 2. Get him, get him, get him, get him! Ah, no. Ah, I got myself again. Okay. So we know we can kill the bee in 3 zoomy cycles. We know we can kill him in 1 zoomy cycle if we're, like, super skilled. I've done it exactly once. I'm not gonna hold my breath for it. But we know that 2 is reasonable. 2 is, like, achievable. So we're just kind of trying to get back to that achievable level. Oh, man. Okay, no, this is going quite poorly. There's going to be a lot of resets tonight, so if that does upset you, if that does bother you, I do apologize in advance. It's kind of part of the fun. A waffle with a Viking helmet, sword, and shield for a raid waffle emote. Okay, we could I could probably cook something up. We could do that. I should be clear, even though I'm a world record holder in this game, by default, I'm not very good at it. And that's why we're practicing, right? We always want to do better. I have the all runes record, but as far as like any percent goes, which is go as fast as humanly possible, I'm like 4th or 5th. I'm quite low. Oh my goodness. Oh, that could have been really good. Okay, well, we got him in 3 cycles anyway. But we only hit him in 2 cycles. Okay. I'll practice that some more off-stream. I think I know more or less what we need to do with him, even though we're not getting a super solid victory on screen. There's other bosses later in the game that I would like to practice more, and I think you'd like to see more of the game, more of my kind of rediscovery and ahaing. Also, I feel like that bridge is a lot more forgiving in the Japanese version. I feel like the footsteps are a lot more precise in the American version. Drowning was a very real problem in parts of the game. Once we get to Mirkwood Forest, we'll really know how good or bad the drowning situation is. There's some log rolling in there that was quite challenging. I'm expecting it to yet again be challenging here. And then Gandalf came and said, "Let there be light." And then there was light. And then suddenly there were some giant orc statues where once orcs stood. We are pretty much plumb out of thunderclaps now. And I think that's probably reasonable to expect in gameplay. What is the next boss that we even have to contend with? I want to say... that it's the giant squid. Why should you watch Cowboy Bebop? Because it's a fantastic show. I really enjoy it. Cowboy Bebop has a really good aesthetic. It has a fabulous soundtrack. The vibes are good. Okay, so we gotta watch out. Apparently it's very easy to get caught up on Thorin here. There's a whole episode that revolves around, like, confusing different VCR types of VHS and Beta, which, personally, that makes me quite happy, but that's not a selling point, that's just a makes me happy kind of deal. I don't know, it's got some good, like, story threads that I really enjoy. I think it's just a well put together show. If anime is not your jam, then, probably give it a miss, but hey, if anime is your jam, and you haven't watched Cowboy Bebop, I really think you should give it a shot. It's old, it's from the 90s, that's, ancient at this point, but it's worth it. Why aren't you moving that? Okay, so we have to be careful of that. Let's go back and try that again. Okay, so if we... Does the position we enter... No. The position we enter from here doesn't make a difference where we enter here. So as long as we approach that rock from straight on, we are good. That's good to know. Hey, that's fine. You lurk as needed. Alright, so we gotta clear the rats out of this dude's house, and he'll tell us how to proceed later on. Unfortunately, this is not skippable, as far as I'm aware. We have to clear the rat house out of all the rats. People might be more familiar with this game as a generation, like a PS2, GameCube, Xbox, PC speedrun. That's certainly where all the cool people are speedrunning this game. I'm not a cool people necessarily, though, so we play the Game Boy Advance game, because that's what I grew up with, dang it. We're here for the nostalgia, and for no other reason. Okay. We made it through that relatively unscathed. Okay, so the password to the bridge is still Elrond in big old English letters. Fantastic. Well, thank you for that. Well, at least we know that hasn't changed. That was a question I had. Apparently I was worried for nothing. Okay, we need to equip these right away. And then we gotta throw a rock at Gandalf. Okay. Gandalf won't let you leave that screen until you prove to him you know how to throw a rock. Okay. I think we need to kill all of the enemies in this room. So remember, we want to minimize the camera movement, because the camera, when it auto-scrolls, it moves slowly. So we want to start from the bottom left, kill this guy last. That way it just juts a little bit. Okay, this I remember. We want to skip this lever, and we want to pull this lever. And that will lower the wall. Any other combination of lever pulling will not do it for us. Okay, here's the giant squid. And here we are, fresh out of thunderclaps. Okay, so maybe we do want to be somewhat mindful with the bee. Oh, that missed! Yeah, you can only damage him if you damage that front tentacle, as far as I'm aware. And then you just kind of mash here until... Yep, he's going to hurt himself. And you have to wait for all of his arms to disappear, because if you don't, and you try to make that jump, you will drown, in my experience. Alright, there's a life rune, which I think I healed in an earlier room. That's probably a little bit inefficient. You don't need to heal if you know you're collecting a life rune. Yes, if we had more thunderclaps, we could light one off here and flame that bush, which I think is necessary. I think there's a skill rune in there, so we will go ahead and do this instead. So yeah, I think I'm gonna have to practice the bee. Yep, there's a skill rune. We're gonna have to practice the bee without thunderclaps. Or at the very least, with fewer of them. I know there's nothing noteworthy in that. I recall that for whatever reason. Okay. That stone, that's where we have to input the Elrond password. However, I seem to recall behind the waterfall is where the treasure is. Because this is a good game, it has treasure behind the waterfall. There's a defense room. What does this chest contain, anyway? Firecrackers. Okay. Well, that's not the worst thing in the world. Alright, if you know Elrond is there, you can move on. So let's see, there's two things we have to do here. We need to throw some rocks at some targets, and we need to herd some sheep. Let's start with the required bit. The target practice. This you have to do in any percent as well. This is like the trigger to make the story move on for whatever reason. I wonder what the world record is for knocking down these targets. I've gotten to like the high 20s with some consistency. Looks like we're getting more like mid 20s this time. And always want to finish over this way. Kind of closer to the left so you can get out of there faster, right? Makes sense. So I didn't quite count. I know we didn't break 30, but that's okay. Those points do not matter. Now we need to herd the sheep. Gotta get the sheep in their home. What's considered good for getting sheep in their home? I don't remember. If I can get them there like within, I don't know, a quarter of the timer, I would be pretty happy. We're not quite at that, but we were pretty close. So I think we are happy with that. I think we're fairly pleased. I think we simply hop back in. Yep, they say, oh yeah, we're expecting you. Herp, 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 herp. Okay. Here we are at the Misty Mountain, I believe. I am not a I'm not a Tolkien expert by any means, and the game is now in Japanese, so I'm just as lost as you are if you're also not. Where do we want to go? Not here, apparently. Okay, so it seems the right call is to climb up here immediately. Might get bit by the kitties a little bit, that's okay. Do we want to go up here? What's up here? Oh no, we come out of there at some point. Okay. So, what about all the way to the right? Like, what's over here? Okay, we do need to free that doggo. That doggo is locked in a cage, and I don't really know why, but it is. So we need to go up here somehow to rescue it. That's the man who has lost his puppy. The puppy who lost his way. Yes, I think we fall down the hole. This seems familiar. No. Okay, the squid hat has the key. Yes, okay, this is... Okay, yep, okay. I'm remembering a thing or two. Oh, no, wait. We didn't rescue the dude's dog. Where's his dog? Was it down here? Was it to the right? Is that... Yes. We need to go through here. We are down to 1 health. Let's fix that. Okay, and you give me a skill rune, and then you walk away. Now, this is not something we would ever do in the speedrun, but I want to see if my memory's right. I think up here, there's like a secret item. There is the spore item. Yeah. If you somehow can manage to talk to that elf, they'll give you some weird secret item. Do I actually want to get that secret item? No, not really. Here's the thing, I don't think the spore, I mean, I don't know, maybe I could do some testing, but I somehow doubt that the spore is, this doesn't feel right. This doesn't feel right. I somehow doubt that the spore is useful on the bosses in this game. I think they're probably immune to it. Either that, or it would take so long to get that it's not worth it, right? It's one of those deals. That doesn't feel right. We might have to refer back to the footage to figure out what feels right here. To figure out where it is I'm supposed to go. That almost looks right. No, that's not right. Here's what I remember about the first cave. When you enter it, you go up and to the left. So let's see if we can find a cave in which you do that. Ah, yes, that looks right. Yes, I seem to remember having to light a torch in order to get into the cave. Yes, this is the cave. The Cave of Wonder. Am I also going to practice this on Thursday? I haven't decided yet. What might happen is I practice this on stream today. I might practice off stream the rest of the time. Oh no, that's back where we were. Okay. JK. So I'm not really sure. I'm not sure what Thursday holds for us. Is the short answer. Nope, we don't need to go back in there. Okay, here is the boss. So much like the smaller weird squid things, I think we have to like shimmy back and forth in order to hit this guy. He hits like a brick house though. Like figuring out how to hit him and do damage to him consistently is kind of I don't know, I find it difficult. Okay. I'll practice him some more off stream, I think. I'll set a save point. That didn't go poorly enough to where I felt like I needed to reset. I mean, I did die once. That is a true fact. The boss I really want to practice against is, I think, the next boss. Is the... I think it's like a wolf, right? Like, after we're done with the goblins, I think there's a wolf that we have to fight. They killed the Goblin King! Ooga booga! Okay, so there's something we gotta do in here, right? Yes. Okay, yep, we gotta do that. Holy cow, you guys hit for a lot. Owie. Okay. Got the defense rune. What was down here? Nothing good, right? No, nothing good. Just making sure. What's up here? Anything good? No. Nothing good. Oh! Oh, that's right. Yes, we want to consider equipping the stones here. Yes. There might be a faster way to do that with some skilled stone throwing. Oh no, wait. There's healing stuff over here, isn't there? Yeah, there's elven water. 5 of them? 5 of them. That heals like 50 health points. So those are like really good to have if you're bad at the game, like I am. Okay, and I seem to remember that in here. Okay, we're gonna come in and out of this room quite a bit because I want to test like how sneaky do you have to be. So like if I tiptoe, right, these guys are never gonna wake up. And that's great. But like how close to a guy do I have to get for him to actually hurt me? Oh. It's pretty forgiving if I'm honest. Yeah, we'll just do it like that. And then run. Fantastic. That was easy. And then yes, that's right. We use this key to unlock this dude who gives us biceps. Fantastic. Best game that I am good at. What does that mean? What is the game that I consider to be good that I'm also good at? I'm not sure there. Probably this. I'm not good at a lot of games. I play games because they're fun, not because I'm good at them. Now Gollum and the Hobbitses is gonna have their exchange. What game? Are you asking me what game I think what my favorite game is? I don't have a favorite. I'm bad at picking favorites. I mean, I don't know, probably Spyro. Like, the Spyro trilogy on the PS1 is, like, the most, like, beloved for me, so... Yeah, I think probably that. Oh right, we want to equip the ring here so we can. Oh, what game do I think I'm the best at? What game do I have the most skill in? Where like if I were to go head to head against somebody, it would actually be I might win something. Well, I mean, the records would indicate that this game is up there. I was pretty good at Naruto Ultimate Ninja on the PS2 back in the day. Don't think I'm competitive at it anymore, but once upon a time, that could have been a contender. What other games am I, like, okay at? What games am I good at? I don't know if ringing is faster or what, but I wanted the meat, so that's why we turned invisible there. Yeah, I think we just slide down the rocks, yeah? We don't have to do too much here? Oh, but this is, this is that boss that I said I was, wanting to maybe practice, potentially. Ooh, I think I took a wrong turn in Albuquerque. I think I wanted to be lower. Ooh, what's in this cave? Hope this is a skill rune. No, it's some elven water. I mean, that's not bad. But that's not really what we're looking for. What games am I good at? I mean, I've 100%ed Spyro. I don't know if that means I'm good at it, but it means I've definitely, like, I've played it sufficiently. Okay, this boss we might reset against a couple of times. Would I consider myself good at Pokemon? No. That's kind of a high bar, honestly. You need to know things to be good at Pokemon. And I do not know the things that you need to know to be good at the Pokemans. Alright, well we beat him in 3 leaps. That's probably about average. Maybe... Nah, I said I would reset. I do want to practice that one. Old school Yu-Gi-Oh? No. I'm like, okay. I'm like slightly above average at like pre-synchro Yu-Gi-Oh. But, you know, being slightly above average is still pretty bad. Tell you what, we're not even going to go up there and get that skill rune this time, because we just want to rush to the wolf. You know what? I feel like those guys moved faster when I did the ring thing. We might have to time that. That might be something we actually have to empirically test and figure out what is optimal. Which I wouldn't have figured, but it seems there is a difference. Okay, so we'll go straight to that, and ooh, we have no thunderclaps. Well, maybe firecrackers are better, right? Because he lunges at me, right? Maybe we heal again. That was about the same. That was bad, and I used more resources. Let's try it again. Let's do better. The sword and the fireworks are probably the only weapons worth using. I don't think the stick charge attack is worth considering. And the rocks just kind of tickle the enemy. I don't think they really do anything. Take the meat, though. Might need it to heal on the way. Okay. How fast did I do it last time? I mean, it was about equivalent. I did it... I don't have a time. I'm just kind of counting by cycles, and I did it in 3 cycles as well, so kind of timing it similar to the bee. Okay, so we are timing this. This we want to time. And start. Okay, this is without going invisible. Okay, and I will end the timer as soon as I reach the end of this screen. Okay, that took about 14 seconds. So we'll see, we'll do at least one reset to see how fast that is with the ring equipped. Oh, like the full speed run? Well, I think my record, and you might have to check speedrun.com for me. It's like under an hour and a half. It's like an hour 26 or 28, something along those lines. Okay, I kind of want those firecrackers though. Damn, can't reach them. That's a shame. That is a shame. Ooh, 2 cycles. All right, we will take that. That's pretty good. But I said we would retime with the ring, so hey, let's see if we can make that consistently, eh? All right. Come on. I reset it again. I am not a smart man. No siree. Okay. So we did that in 14 seconds and 32 microns. Do it again. Oh wait, no, I wasn't ready. Reset. Start. Ring. Oh, I kind of flubbed that, but that might have been just like a quarter second faster. That's kind of what I timed that out to be. I might have to do some footage comparisons. Well, no. I probably wouldn't be able to do footage comparisons because I think all of my runs would have been sans ring. Okay, so that might be something I come back to. Might put a pin in that thought for later me to deal with. Yes, I do want this. Oh, that was frightful. Oh man, we are quite close, I think. Alright, that's pretty good. It looks like we can get him in 2 cycles pretty consistently. Okay, next glitch we are testing for. Does eagle skip still work here? Let's find out. Yes, I do scratch my face a lot. I'm sorry. Oh no, they patched eagle skip! Really? Wow. Fascinating. So, what eagle skip is, for those who don't know, is during that cutscene, you're kind of invisible for a hot minute while the eagles are flying by, and you still have full control of your character. So you can just move him down and to the left and get out of there in the NTSC-J release. Never tested it in the European release, but in the US release you can absolutely totally do that. And it seems they got rid of that. It is another glitch they patched out of the Japanese version. That's super fascinating. Huh. Now, I do think that, you know, whatever we're losing, right, with that being patched, we are more than making up for in text box speed. I am quite confident of that. Okay, it appears that going to the left accomplishes nothing for us. Oh, and as a reminder for, I don't know, this might not be common knowledge, so I'll just say it here. GBA games, even though they have like release regions, right? They're region free. So you can import a European or Japanese Game Boy Advance game, and you can play it on your system without any issues. There's no region lock on the Nintendo handhelds until like the DSi. So the 3DS is region locked. The Switch might not be. I think they kind of reversed course on that and said, nah, region locking isn't cool anymore. But the 3DS definitely is, which is unfortunate. And the DSi is. So, you know, if you need DSi specific software, I mean, I guess I don't know where your priorities are. That's a really weird specific thing to find yourself needing. Not that I'm one to talk. I need weird stuff all the time. And what is this one? That's just meat. That's no good. That's not worth going for. Oh, there's a... That bee is kind of obnoxious. Is that there in the base in the US game? I don't know. I've never noticed it. Weird. How's my cylinder player? It's good. I need to sit down and record the Edison cylinders at some point, but yeah, things are I got the stylus back from being refurbished, and I did receive a video of it playing a record, and the stylus sounds fabulous. So if there is any issues now, it's all mechanical, but I think I've sorted all the mechanical issues, so yeah, I'm pretty happy. I did just purchase I don't know what that was. I don't think it was a skill rune. I didn't hear the music. I didn't hear it go dink to dink. Yeah, if it sounds bad at this point, it is user error. I'm the user. It's my fault. How'd that bird get in a cave? How'd that bird get down here? I want to know. I bought myself I already have one, but it's of dubious working quality. So I bought myself one that I hope will for sure work. I bought a new Betamax player. Oh no. Oh, okay. So this thing, the boss is the orb there. But you need thunderclaps. You need like a full complement of thunderclaps to beat that guy. And if you don't, that means you have to throw rocks at it, which sucks, and it does no damage. Oh, okay. I'm gonna have to remind myself of this routing. I completely forgot about this. Well, that's why we're doing this tonight, right? And not as part of the speedrun. We're learning from our mistakes now. How do you get more thunderclaps? Fair question. You can get them in chests. There are certain chests that will always have thunderclaps. The other way to get them is certain enemies will occasionally drop them. There's those little beetle bugs that are small dots and then kind of fly at you. Those will occasionally drop explosives. Uh-oh. Hold on. Okay, this has never happened to me before, actually. I have nothing to attack the orb with. Aha, okay. So if you run out of stuff, you can kill the guys in the room. Oh, this is jank. This is terrible. I'm gonna have to, yeah, definitely account for that in routing. But yeah, these guys will occasionally drop fireworks as well. But these guys are kind of a pain in the butt to fight, if I'm honest. Wow, okay. I have never had this much trouble in this room before. But now I know that you can. Isn't that great? This is so stupid. You might have noticed as well that that orange thing pulsates the more health it loses. Does it, like, teleport me out of here? Yeah, it does. Okay. Alright, so this guy is called Bjorn, I think, or possibly Bjorn. But I'm gonna go with Bjorn. And if you were interested in running some sort of low percent route, of the overworld items, these would be the only skill runes that would be strictly required to get. The game does not let you progress unless you grab, I think, all of the items in these chests. I will probably do some more testing. That's something I can test off stream. But you have to basically clear this area. And then if we go to the other side of the house, there is another area. Yes. I think this is the skill room. Yep. Life room. Alright, there's another skip here. If I just hug... They patched that too! What? What is Japan doing? Wow, okay. That's fascinating. I don't actually care. It's fine. Oh. Where's the... I know I need to go up here. Huh. Where'd the key at? I don't remember. Oh. Maybe I'm mistaken. Okay, so here we're playing literal whack-a-mole. We need to get to 10, I think. Perfect. So now we have a knobbed stick, I think, which I am probably not going to use. That's probably something I could do with maybe some light testing, but I'm pretty sure the sword is superior in most cases. We'll do a little bit of testing on the smaller enemies. Oh, thanks for the free boost. Much obliged. Okay, so on the squirrels, it does like 6, 5, 7, 5, 7. Okay. And what about the stick? Yeah, Japan is patching games from yesteryear. It's weird. Okay, the rolling does like 5, 4, 7, 7. I don't know. I guess it's not that much of a downgrade, at least. 7, 5, 6, 7, 6. Alright, these squirrels steal from me. I forgot. They're jerks. Okay, 4, 6. Cool. What about you? 5, 5. It's about equal. So... the stick grants you the rolling attack, but the sword, I feel like, just kind of swings faster in general. So I feel like that's an advantage. Is it? I don't know. Ah, okay. This is where we'll figure out if, while they were making improvements to the game, if maybe they improved this, because this is dreadful. You are, like, guaranteed to drown. Just like that. Elven water? Yeah, I'll take it. These weird green things will drop fireworks too. Yeah, those are some thunderclaps, which we do want for the spider boss, as I recall. So I'll grab a few while I'm here. Gandalf's like, yeah, I could have probably used my magic to do something more useful, but I made the lake water clearer, and now you have to do a puzzle. Bye, Frodo. If there is a part of the game that I am the worst at, and if I were to tell the game designers to knock it off, it would be this part. This is stupid, and it sucks. No! I stopped! I totally stopped rolling! This is some nonsense. The game said you do not get to progress. You shall suffer more. The ghost of Tolkien said so. The ghost of Tolkien is very upset you have not watched the Peter Jackson films. And so we will punish you. It is a funny joke. Okay. Stop. Good lord. What an ordeal. Thankfully, they put a save book right there. There's nothing down here, right? There's some money. I like money. No. There's nothing of note down here. Oh, right. I think this part is literally just me killing as many squirrels as possible, right? Because it's like, oh yeah, we need food, so let's be sure to kill and eat some squirrels. Which, you know, perhaps I speak from a place of privilege, but I've never eaten squirrel. I've never had to. I've never been served it. I would just as well not eat any more of them. Although I'm expecting some dialogue here, basically saying I can stop killing squirrels. And I'm not seeing it. So perhaps I've done something wrong. Okay. Yes. So first you have to find the dwarves, and they say, "Hey, Bilbo, we're hungry. Why don't you go to McDonald's, get us some squirrel burgers?" And now the killing of the squirrels is a thing that we want to do. Okay. I half remembered. No, don't take my thunderclaps. Do not store them in your tree. I think that's the dialogue that says, I need one more. Yep, okay, and that says, okay, we've got enough. Thunderclap and Tree want nothing to do with each other. Thunderclap and Tree are diametrically opposed. You know what? Because I think we would be killing some of these in normal gameplay to kind of farm for the fireworks. I am going to go ahead and farm the fireworks in anticipation of La Boss. What did they give me? Oh, some darts. I guess we can try them. I don't know if they're any good. I don't recall ever using them. So some elves happened. Okay. I don't know. I don't feel like this did much. Okay, it kind of does, like, marginally, it does, like, 6 damage. But also, it kind of doesn't. Okay. I know that whatever route I have for freeing the dwarves from their cocoons is a good route. So that is something I will revisit old footage for, I think. Oh yes, the butterflies. That's, like, apparently lifted straight from the book. Someone once told me that. Down or left? I do not know. Let's try down. Oh, the spiders drop fireworks too. You drop the instruments of your own destruction. That's mighty polite of you. I'll show you here probably. Ooh, elven water, I'll take that. Is this another one? No, it isn't. There are some areas in this forest where if you walk there, it just kind of, like, brings you to this weird dead end where you're on the treetops and there's just, like, pretty butterflies everywhere. And I think that's pulled straight from the book, is what I've been told. It's like a scene in the book, and so they bothered to put it in this GBA port of a you know, PS2 game that not a lot of people played. Okay, so this is where the boss would be if I had freed all the dwarves, but I haven't yet. I've missed some because I don't remember the routing. So we will revisit that. Are they over here? Yeah, some of them sure are. I feel like we haven't freed the fat one or Thorin yet. This apparently, like, even though this is like a useless screen where you can do basically nothing, apparently this is from the book. Yeah, how dare I not remember something from 4 years ago? Yeah, sorry. Well, crap. Where the dang are the rest of the dwarves? Maybe I did finish it? Maybe I did free Thorin and the Fat Man? Nope. Game still says... Oh, right. I have a counter. I've freed 11 of them. How many are there? 13? Okay, so that's Bilbo doing like a scouting mission, basically. Sure. I think there's 13 dwarves. Not a very auspicious number, but you know, it is what it is. Oh, hey, here's one. So 1 dwarf left. Is that true? How many dwarves are in the book? Who knows offhand? Who's a Tolkienologist and can tell me how many dwarves Bilbo is friends with? Maybe it's only a dozen. Maybe I only have to free 12 dwarves. Someone needs to review old footage. For sure. For sure. Is that the whole reason they recruited the Hobbit? They're like, well, that brings us up to 13 and a half, so that's less, you know, that's not unlucky at least. That's silly. Oh, well, it appears I only have to rescue a dozen of them, so there we go. Okay, I seem to remember all we have to do is blow this guy's eyes out. Alright, and we win. We instantly win against that spider right there. Fantastic. So, yeah, that's the only thing, is, like, we gotta make sure that we have enough thunderclaps, so we will have to kill some enemies in the forest to accomplish that. Okay, so now we're going to Elf Prison. Right? I think that's true? I'm super happy with the spider boss. I don't think I can improve that by very much. Okay, this area, you want the ring equipped. Because that will... Okay. There's a lot of caves here, and I don't remember which ones are good. Some of them have skill runes. That's probably something to... That's probably something to review kind of off-stream, I think, maybe. But this pathing feels right. What's in here? Empty? What a rip! Okay. I don't think this does anything. I think this is just the elves' wine cellar. I don't think this room is any good. Whoop. What if we do an up? What if we were to do an up? Oh, this cave looks familiar. Apparently not. Okay, there must be a similar looking cave somewhere around here. Hey, there's a life rune. Was that what I was looking for? It would appear so. Now, I wonder... So, right, we got the life rune. I wonder if it's faster at this point to be captured and, like, be sent to prison? Like that? There might be some wisdom in that. Because I feel like now the only place to go is this way. I don't think we want to backtrack all the way. Or maybe not, because I would have thought we had to go up. Is there a direction we didn't go over here? Oh, we didn't go this way. Okay, so maybe being thrown in prison isn't the most expeditious way to do that. Ooh, you're just leaving meat lying around? What is that? There's like a dog in a cage there. Well, I need to know what, Huh. Can I break through this? Is this something I can break through? It looks like something I can break through. I am apparently mistaken. Huh. Its texture is so different, though. That's weird. What about the doggo? Or maybe it's like a chicken or something. I don't know. I can't interact with it. This area seems not Hobbit friendly. No Hobbits allowed. Okay, no, we've been here. Oh boy. Oh dear, oh dear. We're getting to the point in the game where I don't remember anything. Fantastic. Oh no, that's where we... Oh my goodness. This is quite bad. If only there was somebody who did like a playthrough. If only there was a YouTube video that I could watch that would tell me where to go. Yeah, we're gonna cheat. All right, past me. I was so young and alive.
It's worse.
No. Oh God.
And it...
Alright. What on earth did I do? I killed the spider about as fast.
On accent, that will be because of the water in this game, which is terrible. It's awful. I hate it.
He's right.
And it hates me back.
It's true.
I can tell, because it keeps killing me. It's great.
Let him cook.
Wood elves, yes, very much a giant maze. So much so that I temporarily forgot where I was going. Got a little distracted.
Okay.
Good to see you again, Kurt.
So I think we did this.
A good run going, but the lovely log rolling puzzle in the woods killed me. Hasn't killed me in a while, but it killed me twice in a row and sent me straight to the...
I no longer have
forest,
those splits, by the way, so any split timer that we...
yeah, there went my lead, unfortunately.
Any splits that we end up doing will be fresh. We won't be able to compare, really.
Pretty neck and neck with
unless
my
I were
previous
to
attempt.
maybe go back and like make splits by sitting through the entire video, but that sounds kind of awful.
Yeah, log rolling.
Okay, so there's that. So we want to go leftwards.
So there's three really... There's four...
Okay, alright. Well, let's see if we can figure out where the heck leftwards is. No, that wasn't up here, right? We want to go through here. And we want to go up and to the left, I think. Okay, so is this where that shield rune is? Yes. Yes, it is. Fantastic. Okay. Okay. I think I kind of remember that. Is there anything up here, though? Yeah, the jumping, that's familiar. Oh, but that dog. No, we need to come back for that dog. Yeah, I think we need the music box for that dog, potentially. So I need to lure this guy out and then sneak past him because he's like got short-term memory loss. He's like hey, was there a Hobbit here? We're like, nah, man, you're crazy. There's no such thing as hobbits. And he's like, all right, if you say so. There's meat. Music box? We're well stocked on healing items, I guess. There's the music box. Okay, so that was to the left. Hobbits are essentially cryptids. Do the elves tell each other stories of hobbits and like, but no one's ever seen them again, and no one's ever seen them since. Ooga booga booga. That's fantastic if true. What's down here? Is this like a shortcut to get back to the dog? Yeah, it kind of is. At least it feels like one. Might have to time that. Alright, well, to be fair, this one can only hide from elves because it can literally turn invisible. That's not standard Hobbit, you know, feature set. Alright? Bilbo is an outlier and shouldn't have been counted. What's in here? Ooh. We got some meat. We got more meat. Bunch of healing items. Now, I seem to recall... Alright, if I just run for the keys, as soon as I basically step on the blue rug, yep, I'm in trouble. Okay. Now, I think, even that's true, somehow he can even sense me when I'm invisible, which I feel like is a bug, but, you know, considering how many bugs the Japanese patched when, you know, Konami published this, I guess not. Okay, what if we just crouch? Yeah, crouching. Okay, how... Okay, in the middle of that rug. Okay. Do I have to get those keys back? No, I don't. Good deal. Oh, this is my cell. Alright, so these guys are the low security prisoners. Now these guys actually have some booby traps. We don't want to let them out without a fight, apparently. Okay, I think we let the spears happen, but we gotta at least try to tiptoe. Oh, right. This freaking thing. I kind of remember this. Yeah. Okay, whatever order I did this in the run is the most efficient. I do remember problem solving for this. And I think I might have accidentally, like, I think green, or no, purple, green, red, and then blue. I think that probably is the most efficient. Because it puts me right here when the door opens, which means the camera moves less, which means less time spent, yada yada yada, yada yada, yada yada. Alright, we got all 13 dwarves. Not sure where the 13th came from, you know, considering that we only rescued 12 from the forest. Oh yeah, now we have to do this stupid minigame. We have to pop each of the dwarves into a barrel and send them down the river. This is peak gameplay. I think literally all I can do to make this more efficient is to be hugging the barrel and ready as soon as they hop in. I said, get in there. I got stuck on the scenery there a little bit. And the final. Oh, no, just kidding. Not the final one. I wasn't counting. I just, you know, saw that there was no more. Okay, this is the final one. Alright, and we can do a little bit of this. Okay, we'll have to work on my aim a little bit. Good lord. Thank you. That ain't right. We gotta push it down one. There we go. Excuse me, Sonny, will you get my dog for me? Yeah, alright. We'll chase him. Hey, no, no. Bad. Bad Fido. Like, ah, yes, now you can jump good. Yeah, we're saving all the doggos. So, I think... Is it, like, over here? There's, like, a skill rune that we need to get? Something like that? Very out of the way? Yeah, this looks about right. No, it's okay, Bella. We still like you. No need to commit acts of violence and or terror. Doesn't need to happen. Need to go up this way. How are we doing on runes, by the way? So I know that we skipped a life rune while kind of configuring the wolf boss. So we know we're missing one of those. I think in theory we should have the rest of them. Let me, let me just kind of check, compare here to the old run. Yup. Okay, yeah. Yep, that's... We are on track, I think. Yeah, we are. Fantastic. So, I haven't necessarily needed, to review footage to remember where runes are, per se. However, I have needed the footage for some routing. I think that elf basically said, "Oh, look at how many keys you have, you sneak thief. I'll be taking those." I'm like, okay. I'm done with them anyway. I've already broken out of prison. I don't need the keys anymore. But I don't. I'm not gonna get thrown in elf prison again, so I don't need the keys. Matter of fact, I didn't need the keys to break myself out of elf prison. I needed them to, break the dwarves out of elf prison. So, like, it's kind of more of a dwarf problem than anything else. I don't think I need to be in this bar. This bar is not familiar to me. Yeah, I think I was supposed to go up here. Ooh, free food. If there's anything that this game will do to give you the spirit of the Hobbit, it will make you appreciate all of the unprotected free food that's it's just lying there. Okay, yep, this is the screen where we fight the final boss. I do remember that. There's some stuff we gotta do in the interim, though. We gotta break this guy. Yep. Oh, now somewhere along here... I don't know. He just says no. Old Beardo says, man, I don't gotta eat the squirrels. We're done eating squirrels. I did that like once. Because the dwarves asked me to. The dwarves are squirrel eaters, okay? I eat, you know, big ham bones that people have left laying around. What's in the cave? Is this a significant cave? It seems like it could be. Oh, yeah. Yep, I remember this. Here's another sucky bit of the game. It sucks a lot. It's not fun. Okay, somewhere in here there is a chest with a, Well, maybe I'm a greedy hobbit, and I don't like to share my my lunch with the smelly dwarves. Where? Oh, I'm pickpocketing. Right. Okay. So do I just be invisible and pickpocket this first guy? No. Maybe it's the guy to the left. Oh, I might have to review the footage for this one. This seems rather silly. Maybe it's this guy. Yeah, there we go. There's the defense rune. Okay. We got it. Yeah, that hurts a lot. Okay, this has gone relatively incident-free. Okay, so I kind of accidentally muscle memory stumbled my way into this cave, which has one of the final defense runes that we are looking for. What's over here? Oh, that looks significant. Oh. No, it's not. That looked like a hole I could fall down. Oh, darts you shouldn't have. You really, really shouldn't have. Okay, so I tell the Beardo that, hey, yeah, there's some stuff going on over there, and presumably I'm meant to follow him. Yeah, and then I go this way. That makes sense. You know, follow the save icon. I feel like there's something down here. I feel like there's another defense rune in this cave, right here. Hey, someone's smart. Do we go this way? I think so. This kind of seems right. Want to get higher. Does that do something that's important? I don't remember. Nope. I just burnt a shrubbery for no good reason. Oh, yes. Need to do that. Oh, it is somewhat picky. Oh, wow. I think this is pickier than it was in the US game. Maybe I need the dart? What is going on here? Holy cow. Wow, that feels like that was a lot pickier. Either my aim has gotten worse, or they tweaked that pretty significantly for the Japan. I feel like one of these bushes is important, but maybe not. Guess not. There's a hawk. Okay, I know we need to like. Okay. So I talked to him. Okay, weird. Whatever. Okay, so this is Smaug's lair, I think. Okay, that's another rune, I'm pretty sure. Oh no, wait, hold on. We can get that now. Sweet. So what does that put us at? We're missing one defense rune, which I'm not sure when we'll get. And we're missing one life rune, which I've already accounted for in my mental math. So at this point, we're only down one defense rune. I think I'm supposed to use my ring here. And then I grab the cup. Yeah, okay. Okay, yeah, so yeah, you go in and grab the cup, and Thorin's like, great, now steal more. And I'm like, okie dokie, I'm a burglar hobbit. And then Smaug's like, how dare you? And now we escape the Smaug and their desolation. I'm not sure if that's possible to fully avoid. Same with that. I think I've commented on that before, but I think a damageless run of this game, because of some of those cutscenes, is impossible, strictly speaking. But, you know, if you loosen the definitions up a little bit and you say, well, damageless just means you don't take damage when it's within your control, then yeah, I'm sure it's possible. You just gotta get good, which I'm not. I'm marginally fast. We will go ahead and save here. So yeah, Thorin's like, okay, Hobbit, take what you like. Whatever you want. Whatever you can carry. And I'm like, that's cool. And I'm like, that looks nice. That's like Thorin's, like, family treasure, right? We want to steal that. Why? Because, I don't know, we're being a jerk, I guess. How do we get up there? Do I just walk up Treasure Mountain? How do we get back up there? Oh, do I? Okay, right there. He says, what a clever boy I am. And then, strictly speaking, for a all runes run, we don't need to grab the mithril mail because it's not a rune. It doesn't show up in our inventory list here. But it is a buff, and it probably will help with the final boss, and I'm kind of bad at video games, so we would probably want it anyway. Yeah, I think we gotta ride the rafts one more time to get our final defense rune. That seems familiar. Okay, what did that do? Right! Those spinning bastards can knock me off the rafts! I forgot. Isn't that great? It's so... it's so good! It's so good. Is it up here? I don't think that accomplished anything. No, I think that puzzle was just required to unlock that. And now Thorn's being a jerk. He's like, yeah, we could give the money to, like, the people that Smaug stole it from. Or, hear me out, it could be our money now. And we say to heck with them. Now, Thorn brings up some very good points. For one, I like money. Actually, that's the only point he brings up, is that I like money. That's locked. Really? Is that the final? Is that the final? Is that the final rune behind this little creature rush? Yes, it is. Okay, so that is all the runes, except for that one by the wolf boss that we know we missed and we've addressed. We roughly know where all the runes are again. So, like, is that it? Are we done with the game? Are we done with the routing? Well, no. I kind of need to remember the routing for the spooky tomb. And I should probably practice the final boss, because he's been known to kick my butt a little bit. So I think this is the bit in the tombs. I think we're, I don't know what weapons I want to use around here, but I feel like firecrackers might be good. There's gonna be some ghosts we have to dispatch. I get through here? No, it's locked. Okay. It is locked. It is froze up. Do we gotta do one of these? This seems like a thing to do. Perhaps not. Okay. So instead, if we were to run straight down... Oh yes, for some reason, it's like, you need to use the stick here. So these brown blotches are bushes. And for whatever reason, when you hit a bush with your stick, you can walk through it for a little bit. But yeah, that's basically unique to the stick. You can't do it with the sword for some reason. You can't do it with a projectile, can you? No. Yeah, you gotta use the stick there for whatever reason. Okay, so I have a key. Oh, is that the key to the locked gate that we just, were struggling with? Probably. That's probably true. I can tell that I'd never practiced much of this late game, so if I were to find an area to really improve and practice off stream, it would probably be here, in the late game. Do we want to be in here? I think we do. 1, 2... 3, 4. Is the stick good against ghosts? It's not bad, honestly. There are worse weapons you could use. Maybe I've been too hard on the good old stick. Maybe the stick can be my friend after all. Okay, no. 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 Is it a crisscross? Up, 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 up. Yep, it's a crisscross. Now somewhere, I don't know if I'm yet to get it or what the deal is, but somewhere there is a stick with a blade affixed to it. No stick emote. Well, that's okay. I don't think we need to create a stick emote. Once upon a time, I did think about making a bunch of like Hobbit type emotes, but I don't know. I don't think we need a bunch of Hobbit emotes. If you disagree, let me know. I can rip some sprites from the game and we can have some Hobbit emotes, but space is limited, so, you know, every Hobbit emote we get is one less Bella emote that we could have had, right? So you gotta keep that in mind. Maybe I have been too hard on the stick. Maybe the stick has its uses. I'm reevaluating stick worthiness. I still think that the sword is probably better for, like, bosses? don't know. I might have to compare footage across probably not only my runs, but a bunch of runs. Oh my gosh. This is dreadful. Give me rocks. Okay, you gave me darts. I think they did make that more precise. Oh, what? If you go back to try to respawn it, it resets this as well. That is some nonsense. That is cruel. I have no projectiles. What do they want me to do? This is a really interesting situation I have found myself in, because I used all of my sticks, or all of my stones. I used my sticks and stones. I used all of my stones fighting the vine, right? Fighting that pulsating orange vine thing. And that's left me without any to throw now. And I wasted a bunch trying to get the that log to fall down. Huh. Okay. Okay, so the sword is definitely better for these dudes, if you were wanting to kill those dudes. Okay. So here's what we're gonna do. This might be disappointing, and I apologize if it is, but I think we're gonna stop. I've gotten myself into an unpleasant point where I have to grind for an item that enemies aren't likely to drop in this dungeon in order to beat a puzzle, which in normal gameplay would not occur. So I think we're gonna call this routing session here. We learned some valuable insights. I'm gonna rewatch sort of the full speedruns that I've done in the past. Probably should have done that ahead of time, but you know, listening to your own voice isn't always pleasant. So I'm gonna watch those, see what insights I can get there. Probably also watch some of the other any percent runs. I know they're not quite apples for apples, but we'll watch that to compare. I don't know what we're gonna do Thursday, but I do plan to be back online on Thursday at the typical time, 8 p.m. Central. We just did daylight savings, so keep that in mind. 8 p.m. Central this week might be different from 8 p.m. Central last week. What fun it is to live in America. All right. I'm going to peace out. So, hey, thanks for spending time with us here tonight. It's been real. we will speed run this weekend. I'm aiming for Saturday morning to get one or two all runes runs in. Once I've kind of poked this game a little bit. You all have a good evening. You all take care. We'll see you next time. Peace.